It doesn't take much, but I'm very excited at the moment. And the reason is Phonak finally have a custom rechargeable hearing aid. And I think it's been worth the wait, but let's just get someone else's opinion to see if they also agree with that. My patients seem to, but we'll talk about them at a later point. We've got testimonials coming through. So who do we have here?
I'm Laura, so I am one of the audiology support and training managers for Phonak UK and Ireland.
And are you able to tell us a little bit more about this fabulous new hearing aid?
I certainly can. So you're completely right, Matthew. It's been a long time coming. We've been waiting patiently for it, but absolutely worth the wait. So we've got completely new technology now in this hearing aid. It features a brand new chip, so our ERA chip on the Infinio platform. We've also got replaceable microphone protectors, which is quite exciting. So no more do we need to worry about blocked microphone ports needing to be sent off for service. We've also got changes to how we build the hearing aids, making it easier for you to order. So you can put faith in us, tell us what your client's hearing loss is like, and we will make sure that we put in the right vent and receiver for exactly what they need, so they're wowed from the first moment.
Yeah, and I think you touched on this earlier. You were saying about how you'd be sitting there for 2 hours, second guessing yourself, going through various different receivers and go, what if the hearing dropped by 100 dB in the next 2 weeks? And, and basically, I'm sure I've done the same thing, potentially end up with a bigger aid and gain that we never really need. And I'm thinking if someone said, okay, it's under amplified, we've got 2 or 3 months where we could probably go back and go, actually, could we go from the moderate to the power? But you're going to know that reasonably early on. So how has your process streamline things, taking the guesswork out of it, improve the cosmetics of the aid? What would you say on that one?
So ultimately it's using a specific algorithm, proprietary, where it will take into consideration the results of the audiogram, but also not just making sure that there's enough power to meet that need, but making sure that there is headroom for the expected decline. So we expect high frequencies to change about just under 1.5 dB per year. So making sure we've got at least that available, so that if God forbid something did change, there's then not a big panic about needing to change receiver. But also, as you said, not going for the highest power receiver possible, because that's wasting space ultimately, and it's not leading to a good first fit experience for users.
And I don't know about anyone else, but I've always found, 'cause I've been a big fan of the hidden in plain sight black devices. Are you noticing there are a lot of people ordering them in black? Because I've heard numbers, you're getting a lot of these orders coming through. What sort of spread of colours are you getting?
So black is, in terms of colour, we tend to see that the skin colour shells we see more with older users who are maybe used to having ITs already and like that skin colour, but actually those who are younger coming in, maybe they're still of working age, they really like the black. So we're seeing sort of an even spread of colour ordering, but the actual demographics of who is ordering what colour is different, because I think for more, the older generation, they just want something that is skin colour. For the younger generation, they don't want it to look like a hearing aid, they want it to look like just a standard consumer earbud. And I think that's what we achieve with the black model. It doesn't look like a hearing aid. It does just look like a premium earpiece.
Okay. And do patients use this? Do they have to make a lot of adjustments? I mean, some people feel like to wear a hearing aid, they need a PhD in audiology. So how in depth do they have to get to use this device?
It's totally up to them. We know some people just like to plug it in and go. In fact, most people, over 80% of people, want a hearing aid that's fully automatic. So now we've got AutoSense 7, trains with 18 times more sound samples. So they don't need to do anything if they don't want it. It's going to fully automatically do it. That being said, we do give controls for those people who do want that added benefit of changing different settings to suit their needs. Just because we are going with what most people like, it won't be what everyone likes. And some people just know what sound is and isn't right for them. So with things like the app and the push button on the hearing device, it just gives them added control if they want it, but they don't need it.
Okay. So with the app then, is the app, would you say it's complicated? Is there quite a process to connect to it? What do people need to do to go from getting the hearing aid to getting connected up to their phone?
So we've worked really hard to make the user interface of the app a lot more simple than it has been in the past. So it's really easy to set up now. Gone of the days where we had to connect to Bluetooth and then the app. It's just a really nice and straightforward app connection. And then you connect it to make any changes on the app, but also make Bluetooth Bluetooth calls, Bluetooth streaming, etc. And also it's really nice and simple instructions on the app. So even if someone isn't tech savvy, it's just a one sentence. This is what you need to do. Follow the steps. And it's set up in less than a minute for both hearing aids.
That's really cool. So from personal experience, I've found chargers on some hearing aids have been, what should we say, challenging to use. You know, they'll be working sometimes, not others. You've got to get it in a particular position, give it a bit of a wiggle. Sometimes you turn and there's red lights on. I mean, is the charger complicated? Would you say it's an easy charger to use? Is there any pitfalls for people to look out for?
I love the charger, and Phonak have worked really hard to develop a charger that not only will do its job and charge the hearing aids, but is easy for people to use. We know there are people with dexterity issues. We don't want them having to fiddle to get the hearing aids in the right place, and then perhaps they don't get it in the right place. They wake up the next morning to find the hearing aid isn't charged. So now with our rechargeable ICE, we've got a new charger, snap and charge, and it is a case of dropping the aids in the charger. It connects up to that strong magnet. So even if it's not precisely over where it needs to be, it will pull it into place and it will begin charging. And even if that charger is dropped, you can shake it like a macarena if you want, maraca, wherever it is, and the aids are not going to move. They are really nice and secure. Able to take them out. They're not that secure, we can't remove them, but it's just peace of mind that they're going in the right place and they're going to charge.
That's great. And I know even as amazing as some hearing aids are, people can still struggle with TV. Are there any accessories that would help with, you know, hearing the TV more clearly?
So we've got our full array of accessories that will work with our Virto I-R. TV connector is a perfect one. It's got unlimited users can use it. So if you were having a party with hundreds of people with Phonak or Unitron hearing aids, that will work. But also if they had a Roger device, they can stream the television from their Roger device as well.
Now, I've found with some manufacturers to actually get connected to the TV, you've got to go into an app, press a button, press play, make sure all the Bluetooth's working. Is that a complicated process with these?
No, so it's plug and play. Again, the idea being for those people who aren't tech savvy, they just plug it into the television. It will connect to the hearing aids and it will automatically stream. Now, we know some people don't want that. If you have husband and wife, both wearing hearing aids, one might want to read a book and the other might want to watch the television. In that case, we can use the push buttons or the app to come off the TV Connect program or manually activate it. But for those people who just want something really, really easy, plug and play. As soon as you walk into that living room or wherever the TV connector is, we're getting that audio straight into the hearing aids.
Oh, well, that's great. And is this just a premium offering? Because, I mean, from what you've described, it sounds pretty high end. Or is there any kind of choice when it comes to technology levels? Yeah,
so in all our technology levels, so even our entry-level products, all of the amazing features around the build and Bluetooth, they're all applicable even in the entry level, and then we go right the way up to our premium level as well.
Well, that sounds like plenty for people to get their teeth into. So I'm really looking forward to hearing back from our patients. All the people who've ordered from us at the moment have actually ordered the black, you know, so I'm a big fan of that hidden in plain sight style, but I appreciate it's not going to be for everyone. So it is nice to have those choices. And yeah, I mean, my one thing that I'd really like to see, and I'm sure it'll be coming soon, is if there was a sort of a power bank version of the charger, but I appreciate you probably can't have everything on, you know, on the very first day. But anything else you'd like to add? I mean, we've covered a good few things there, but any other features you think I've maybe glossed over?
No, I think you've hit the nail on the head. It's just quite an exciting time. And I know I mentioned it before, but my ears are incredibly small. I've never been able to get wireless hearing aids in my ears, and now I can, and it's comfortable. So yeah, we're not using size and shape of ears as a barrier anymore. Everyone can benefit from this.
Fantastic. So make sure you speak to your audiologist. Rewind. Make sure you speak to your audiology professional and see if this fantastic new product might be suitable for you.